This Good Morning Northwest Morning Sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
It is 6:52, time to get ready to take on your holiday in the morning sprint. We want to get straight over to Mark Peterson with a look at your Christmas Eve forecast. Mark.
All right, and good morning, everybody. First Alert Weather and that First Alert Weather app, free and available. All right, be a Christmas gift to yourself. We're sitting at 30 degrees right now. Doppler radar still busy into Idaho, but more so coming in from the west. We see it building, and that's what our morning is going to be like, coming at 8, 9 o'clock. And again, the snow forecast, looking for the higher elevations to really get hammered through this next event, and it is going to be with us through the weekend. So you're traveling to Grandma's house? Yeah, could be interesting. Take a little extra time.
And with those frigid temperatures on their way, a temporary solution is coming for those that have no place to call home. The city of Spokane is opening a warming shelter in the Spokane Convention Center starting Sunday at noon. It'll be open 24/7 for all populations, and that does include your pet. Hallie Birchinol, Executive Director for the Compassionate Addiction Treatment, helps those who are homeless get into recovery.
We have had nights where we close our doors knowing that we are walking away from people that have absolutely nowhere to go. We have tried all avenues unsuccessfully.
She says this happens year after year, and it's the exact same situation when it comes to finding beds. Birchinol adds that the warming center is only a temporary solution. The convention center will be open until noon on January 2nd, at which point Spokane Mayor Nadine Woodward says the city will reevaluate whether it is still needed. And patients with kids under the age of 5 will have to keep waiting for a COVID-19 vaccine. Last week, Pfizer announced it was amending the clinical trial of its vaccine in children 6 months to 5 years old. The company says adding the 2 doses didn't get the same kind of robust immune response as it did in children 5 and up. They are now adding a 3rd dose to the trial, a setback for those hoping to have a vaccine for their kids early next year. Pfizer says it plans on submitting data early on in 2022. And the FDA authorized a second pill to treat COVID-19, announcing Merck's antiviral pill can be used to treat mild to moderate COVID cases in adults. In an agreement with the U.S. government, Merck will supply 3.1 million courses of the drug. Data showed the new antiviral drug cut the risk of hospitalization or even death by 30% for high-risk adults. And former President Trump surprised many on both sides of the political aisle when he offered strong support for the COVID-19 vaccination. When questioned about the efficacy of the vaccine by conservative podcast host Candace Owens, Trump, he said, the ones that get very sick and go to the hospital are the ones that don't take their vaccine, but it's still their choice, and if you take the vaccine, you are protected. This vocal pro-vaccine stance marks a change from several months ago when he equated mistrust in the vaccine with mistrust in the Biden administration. And a surge in COVID cases among employees and crew prompting several major airlines to cancel hundreds of flights. United and Delta blaming the Omicron variant and potentially severe weather for those cancellations. And Washington Attorney General Bob Ferguson says he's tested positive for coronavirus. Ferguson acknowledged in a tweet that he began experiencing symptoms on Sunday and has been isolating since then. He also shared that he's already beginning to feel better and looks forward to getting a COVID booster shot in the near future. Meanwhile, Western Washington is seeing a huge jump in COVID cases. In King County, there were just over 400 new cases reported yesterday alone. The county now has nearly 3,000 new COVID cases in total, and nearly 40,000 bunk beds have been recalled due to potential entrapment and strangulation hazards. Angel Line beds with angled ladders have a safety issue that can create a gap between the ladder step and the frame. The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission issued the recall after a 2-year-old in Ohio got caught in a gap and died from strangulation. 3 models are included in the recall and were sold by Amazon, Walmart, OJ Commerce, and Wayfair. Consumers should stop using the beds immediately and contact Angel Line for a free repair kit. And drivers hitting the roads for the holiday will want to keep an eye on the mountain passes. Snoqualmie Pass is open. Chains are required on all 2-wheel drive vehicles. Stevens Pass is now reopened and chains are required for both directions. Lookout Pass has frost and ice scattered throughout, so be careful if you drive through. We have links to the conditions of all of those passes up on KXLY.com.